I'll wait for everybody to be back. Actually, to be fair, if Ginger's the first one that comes in, I'm just going.
Works for me.
Yeah, I was at then.
Oh, this is gonna be a fun pack to kill. When you kill 3 elites and 1 Frost Nova, it's a beautiful, beautiful thing.
Watch him fly by as the pendulum swings. As the Frost Nova pings, 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 pings.
I should probably have a get up for speed farming with people. Just don't have it yet. I could have like a pair of boots with plus charges to it, and I could take off the Firebolt passive and put on the Teleport passive and have 4 pulls of Teleport instead of 1.
What's the funnest thing to do for me, Bilkies? Theory crafting new characters. That's the funnest thing to do for me. One of the things I've always enjoyed with Diablo 2 is making new characters. I think everybody that I've talked to so far has been having a lot of fun, like just trying to come up with crazy builds.
I was sad that I couldn't get that the Zealer that I had made, the Lightning Zealer. That took advantage of like the Crescent Moon and the Griffins and all that. I was so mad I didn't get that finished before we made the switch over. I really wanted you to be able to do a video on that. It would have been sweet.
I mean, Diablo 2's not gone. It's just, you know.
I know. I could probably just send you all the information and you could do it on like a single player account.
Oh, cursed chest. Survive the enemy assaults. Come on down to the cursed chest and have yourself a time. We got monsters everywhere. Little skeletons on the floor and babe spiders coming down and they're gonna eat your feet. Come on down and play with us. We got some things to beat. They're coming right for us. The songs are why you're here. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I am glad.
Sir, how are you not dead? Wow.
They love my songs, meow. Shush.
They're crazy.
They love my songs, meow. They love me. My fans.
They're more loopy than the English.
Meow doesn't like my songs. It's terrible, meow. It's terrible. You guys got an event down there too?
Yeah.
Nice. Good EXPs. Oh, my potion's about to run out. Moo. I swear them potions don't last 30 minutes. Either that or I have some sort of like imperceptible craziness of not being able to perceive time like a normal individual in the world. It does not seem like the potions last 30 minutes like they say.
Event's done down here. We're clear.
I'm pretty sure that it's a lie. That's a L-I-E, L-I-E lie. Come on down, cause we gonna tell you why. It's a L-I-E, L-I-E lie. Cause they lying on the ground and that's lying. They double lying. They lying on the ground while they lying. I'm not overly defensive about Diablo 4. When Diablo Immortal came out, I felt the same exact way, JP. I was like, this could potentially be a new vessel for my channel. This could potentially be new blood for my subscribers. And you know what? When Diablo Immortal was a giant letdown, I put out video after video land blasting the thing and moved on with my life. If this game had failed, I would be right there alongside everybody else saying exactly all the things that have failed about it. This game is not a failure. And anybody who tries to tell you that is honestly fooling themselves.
Yep.
The game has had over more than 666 million. Like, I don't know what to tell people who think it's a failure, because it's not a failure.
I can't really base anything off of buys anymore when it comes to Diablo because
Diablo 3 had really good sales too.
yeah, it's based off of the name of the game more than it's based off of anything else. And I won't be able to give this game a real.
I would
real
agree
true.
if Diablo 3 hadn't failed so badly. Like, Diablo 3's sales numbers were amazing, yes, but it failed badly, right?
Yeah.
And based on that failure, the people who went into Diablo 4 would have been, you know, understandably skeptical. So, like, I can't really see, like, with the failure of D3, like, jumping into that and just being like, oh, yeah, you know, D3 was awful. Let's get into D4, too. It's going to be awful, too, you know, like...
Oh, no, I'll give the game its fair shake. I'm not that guy.
D3 definitely lived off of the success of Diablo 2. I will say that, 100%.
100%.
D3
Anybody
only,
who tries to tell you different about that is lying.
Yeah, D3 only sold as many copies as it did because of the success of Diablo 2. Diablo 4 did not sell good because of the success of Diablo 3. Diablo 3 failed miserably, and Diablo 4 didn't sell well because of the success of Diablo 3. Now, you could say that Diablo 4 sold well because of the success of Diablo 2 Resurrected.
Diablo 4 sold well because of the success of people eating KFC.
But honestly, I think the beta proved to people that it was a fun game. That did its job. A lot of people, I think, ended up purchasing the game because of the beta. I mean, I had fun during the beta.
To be fair, we are still technically, we're pretty much live beta testing the game.
I feel like we are too, yeah.
So,
I think that 13-page
until
patch...
the bugs are all worked out, I can't really critique the game.
I think that 13-page patch that we have coming is probably the day one patch that we never got.
And if you guys want, ask Ginger. I am the biggest skeptic of new Diablo games now, and it's all because of Diablo 3.
All because of Diablo 3. Diablo 3 literally made us all skeptics.
And I put a lot of hours into Diablo 3 too, because I wanted it to be a good game. I really did.
I mean, I wanted Diablo 3 to be a good game too. I remember me and my brother bought the game back when it came out. And he was super excited, and I was super excited, and we were like, yeah, new Diablo game.
It's crazy. I actually liked the first iteration of the game because it was so hard to play. I actually enjoyed the big difficulty of the game in the beginning of it, and then they patched it and made it really, really easy to play.
I mean, I remember going over to my brother's house occasionally, and we would just play.
No, there's an event I just spawned.
We would play together, like, you know, on the I'd bring my computer over or my laptop over, or he'd bring his laptop over or whatever, and we just play frickin' Diablo 3. I mean, I can't say that I didn't have like some fun playing the game. And as a game, I don't think Diablo 3 is necessarily a bad game.
It's just a bad Diablo game.
Yeah, it's a bad Diablo game. It didn't really live up to the expectations of a Diablo game, in my opinion. This game so far has, like, it's hit a lot of bullet points for me. The theory crafting characters is a big one. The rares becoming the rares actually being good, and like going through and actually finding equipment like that's good for your character. Like, I like that. And both of those things come straight from Diablo 2.
And in the beginning of D3, it was like that, but it was literally crit lifesteal, and that's crit lifesteal main stat, and that's all you ever cared about on any piece of gear that could roll it.
Yeah.
I have so many right on the ground.
Oh, you should just go convert all of those, and then you can pick up more.
Yeah, like 20 minutes of 20.
Good Lord, another temerity.
Are you on controller?
No, no, no. I'm on PC, but like it's only 20 at the time. So I did it like last time.
Yeah. So what you
It's so
do
long.
is you click on the thing where the number is, and you just hit 0, and it always auto puts in 20. Like after the 1, you just put 0, and then hit enter.
I mean,
it just does it real fast. So you can. It still takes a little bit, but it's nowhere near as long as like backslash or covering it, deleting it, typing in 20, and then doing it all. Like you just 0, enter, click 0, enter, and it goes by pretty quick.
Decent value.
That's fair.
I don't think anybody is ever gonna say that Diablo 3 looked pretty, JP. I think the visual problems that people had with that game was one of the worst.
Yeah, that was one of the biggest disappointments of the game, to be honest.
I did not like the visuals of Diablo 3. I think most people did not like the visuals of Diablo 3. I think it was some sort of odd cross between Diablo and like World of Warcraft, and
like an arcade game.
It just didn't even fit. Like it didn't fit the genre, and honestly, it didn't look good either.
I will give it its due. Some of the visuals for the skills were pretty cool, but the visuals as a whole were lackluster.
It was too cartoony for me.
Yeah, I mean, it was. World of Warcraft is too cartoony for me.
Yeah, that's why I've never played it.
I don't particularly care for World of Warcraft either.
I like the gory Diablo feel.
Like, I mean, I'm not saying World of Warcraft is a bad game, so for those of you who love World of Warcraft and you played it for millions of hours, like, don't take it that way. Like, I'm just saying I don't like the art style. I thought the art style of World of Warcraft looked like garbage. Like, literally, like, garbage. Like, just dog garbage. Like, the game itself may have been amazing. Like, the mechanics might be great. Like, the storyline might be cool. Like, the character profiles might be, like, brilliant. But the art style just completely turned me off, and I just couldn't play the damn game.
I will give it its due. It did PvP almost to perfection.
Diablo
I agree.
No, World of Warcraft.
So World of Warcraft has come a long way, like, from what it used to be. But do you guys remember just how bad it looked when it first came out? Like, because they slowly upgraded the graphics over time. But when it first came out, it was like just dog vomit. Like, it literally looked so bad. I didn't know why anybody would play that game.
To counter that argument, to be honest, it was more that the computers around really couldn't handle what the game was doing at the time.
Of course. So, but the thing is that, like, it combined with the art style that they chose.
Yes.
And also the graphical prowess of the computers at the time, like, it was just not, like, pleasant to look at for the eye at all. Like, it reminded me of, like, Goldeneye 007, and I love Goldeneye 007, but the graphics on Goldeneye 007 are terrible.
Yeah, speaking of that game, I actually, not too long ago, played that game with my nephew. And he thought he was so good at shooter games, and I was like, oh yeah.
Annihilated him.
I know what game that your dad has. Let's test your theory on shooters there, buddy.
Annihilated. He didn't. I bet you had no clue how to do strafe shooting.
He couldn't hit me with bullets. It got to the point where I gave him the gold gun, and I was using, like,
the clob.
Oh no, I wouldn't do that to him. That's not fair. That's not fair.
The clob is the worst gun. The clob is the worst gun.
The fire rate, though, again, even against a gun that kills me in one hit, I would shoot him in the back with one spray, and he wouldn't know what to do. I was just using another handgun, just a bad one.
That's a game I played when I was really young.
See, what you should have done is you should have given him Odd Job, and then you should have taken Jaws, because Jaws is super big and it's really hard to miss him. And
I played Jaws. I gave him an advantage.
Jaws is, like, really easy to hit. It's a really bad handicap if you ever play that game. Jaws is even if you're really good against regular players, Jaws is so big and he's so ridiculous that like you can't miss him. It's like the side of a building. Like they run around and they just shoot you and like you just get murdered. And Odd Job is straight up cheating because he's so small. It's hard. It's freaking hard to hit his stupid butt. Like you can straight up do like a 3v1 versus like 3 good players, and if you pick Odd Job, you'll have like an extreme advantage. It's like dodging and ducking and weaving in and out of like stuff. My favorite thing to do was to learn the spawn points of all the armors, and then put proximity mines on the armors. Because you could actually put them on the armor itself, like if you were careful with how you threw the grenade, the mine. And so they'd run up to the armor to pick it up, thinking they were getting an upgrade, and it would just go...
That's great.
It was great. It was absolutely great.
Yeah, there's another game I want to do that with my nephew, and it's Super Smash Brothers.
As much as I love...
I played that game competitively for a while. And
oh, wow.
yeah, he plays like he plays Mortal Kombat and like Street Fighter, and he's pretty good at those games. And one of these days, I'm just gonna be like, all right, buddy, you think you're good at fighters? Let's go play some Smash.
As much as I loved Goldeneye, though, I really did like that laptop gun on frickin' Perfect Dark.
Perfect Dark.
That laptop gun was amazing.
It was 007, just it was like
it was 007
an expansion.
Too.
It was
It
fantastic.
was literally Goldeneye too. And the laptop gun was amazing. I love playing against the bots on that game. That was fun too. I would put them on like insane, ridiculous difficulty mode. The freaking bots had like wall hacks. Like you could straight up see them aiming at you through the walls.
I liked because I've had that game like within the first week that it came out, and my friends didn't know about the game, and then they die from me shooting them through a wall, and they're like, "What just happened?" And I'm like, I ain't telling you. You gotta figure it out, buddy.
I used to have the stupidest thing. So there was there was stats and stuff like that for the PvP, and it would like keep track of like your hit rate and like your accuracy and all the other stuff. And so I would get the bots and I would put them on passive. I would fill it up with 7 bots. And then I would take the bots and I would make them all stand in a line. And I would get that one gun that like shoots through everything. And I would just fire the shot and hit like 7 people with one shot. And I did that enough that my accuracy was like 300% accuracy.
Yeah, I don't remember what the name of the gun was called. It was like a plasma rifle.
It was something that just went through everything. It was like in a straight line. I tried to get them all headshots too. I would line them up and try and get like all headshots, like. I liked it though because there were stats for your characters. Like you had, you actually had like a panel. Like you put your name in there, and it would keep a record of all your kills and deaths and everything, and your accuracy and your headshot rate, and like Perfect Dark was ahead of its time. Had bots in it too, which I don't even know how they did the bots.
Yeah, no, you could turn them way up, and
they were
extremely difficult to even get kills on them.
God mode bots. Like we used to come up with strategies on how to deal with the God mode bots. Like we use like laptop guns, but then they were too smart to run into the laptop guns, so you had to like put the laptop gun on the wall, and then you had to like lure them into it.
Is that like a sentry gun or something?
It was really cool. It was basically a laptop that you threw on the ground and it converted into a sentry gun.
That's cool.
No, it was fun.
It was really cool. It was really cool.
I want my laptop to turn into a gun.
A minigun. Yeah, there was also a really cool thing in the it was a firing range, and you take all the guns into the firing range, and there was a lot of different like challenges and stuff that you could do, if I remember correctly. I remember sitting there for hours trying to get all the challenges done. I wore the crap out of my N64 controllers. Had that white dust coming out of the joystick. So them things were, I had the floppy joysticks. not something you want to
yeah,
happen to your joystick.
I did that with original Smash Brothers for sure. I definitely broke more than. I probably broke like 8 controllers with that game alone.
I still
the
have
way
my.
they made joysticks.
I still
were so
have my
bad.
original N64 and the box it came in. It's right up here. It's literally right above me.
Nice. That's fantastic.
Standard gray model.
I had I had the original one, so it's the one you have currently, and then I had the see-through smoke one. That one looked cool.
I'm pretty sure that my expansion pack is a knockoff expansion pack too. It's the red one, the one that has like the red top on it, that I'm pretty sure is not Nintendo authorized.
Is that a? Oh no, that's the Perfect Dark expansion pack.
That's the one that came with the Perfect Dark game. Well, that's probably where I got it from. Then.
Yep, that is indeed the one.
Yeah, because you needed the memory expansion to run Perfect Dark.
Yep. I know because I asked my friends, hey, I know you got the game, but do you still have the expansion pack? And they're like, what? All right, clearly you don't have it. I'll bring mine.
I mean, mine's still sticking out of the top of mine, so.
I like the fact that at some point the Rumble packs came out.
Oh, okay. Just random group monsters just spawn on my head. All right.
Sacred Focus, don't care. Clear? Looks clear.
Looks clear to me.
Yeah, it's clear.
You have an original Game Boy in perfect working condition. Nice.
Oh my god, that's OG
A
right
fatty,
there.
a fatty Game Boy though, or are we talking about like a? You talking about like the Smoke or like the Game Boy Crystal or like there was quite a few Game Boys, but the fatty is the
Yeah,
original.
the sandwich.
That is the original of them all, the big boy.
How close
The
are you now, Ginger?
big boy. That's a big boy. I'm pretty close. 12.5%. I don't know. Just eyeballing it. Yeah, those are actually worth some money now, I think. The
To
big
be
fatties.
fair, whoever the 4th player is should really be running with Ginger. To give him the extra 5%.
Okay.
It's 10%, too.
Sorry, 10%.
Since I'm the slow one, I'll always go to him then.
If you want to. Okay, alright. Rude. Freezing everything. What's up, Mr. Spiders? All of them spidums. Spidums everywhere. All of them spidums. Spidums in your hair.
Yeah, good luck getting close to me when I have an artillery shrine. It's ridiculous how fast this build shoots the artillery shrine.
Artillery shrines are
All the menus shoot the artillery shrine. That's pretty fun.
I am the artillery shrine.
Same.
Oh.
I got 2 uniques down there.
Really?
Yeah. I can cross my fingers, right? And all my toes.
I know your name isn't Severus, but like it keeps making me think of Severus, and I'm literally now I'm thinking of the stupid song.
Okay, so my battle tag is Severus or Severius, but
You never heard that? You ever heard the song? Because Snape,
yes.
Snape, Severus, Snape, Severus, Snape, Severus Snape. Snape. Dumbledore. Severus. Dumbledore. That jank cracked me up. He popped up
I'm
naked. I
actually
was
gonna
like,
take
what?
off my pants because I found the Frost Nova pants.
Rock out with your willy out? What?
Oh, pants off, dance off?
Pants off, dance off.
I'm ready. Just had my sandwich.
Oh, you're always ready after a sandwich, huh, Bubba?
For anything.
Oh,
he's like Popeye
nasty.
with spinach, but it's a sandwich.
It's a spinach
Gotta
sandwich.
make sure you're fueled up.
I used to not like spinach, but it ain't bad. I like spinach now.
I was like that with onions when I was like, up until I was probably like 14.
always-
I really didn't like
Oh,
onions.
onions and tomatoes, I always love them.
I can't stand the texture of onions. I like the flavor of onions. I just don't like the texture.
Wow, I mean, the texture of the onions, like if you're eating it with something else, isn't that bad, but I kind of know what you mean. Like
It's
the really
not.
soft, gooey
It's
ones.
like almost like a worm, like you're eating an earthworm. It's not pleasant. I'll take onion powder and put it all over all my food.
Those are the
Yeah,
bad
I don't
onions. I
like-
like the hard onions.
I don't like tomatoes on any kind of sandwich or burger because I
It
just
makes
don't
them
like
less
the
soggy.
way. Yeah, I don't like the way it makes the bread like super soggy.
It's like people that do a hot burger and put lettuce on and then serve you it and the lettuce is all wilted. No, put the lettuce on the side.
How
and
did I
put it on
log
myself.
in? I haven't logged out. I've been in them for 12 hours and 31 minutes. Okay, I haven't logged out. That's the answer to that question. I didn't log in. I haven't logged out. Okay. Look, you can be like me too if you want to know life the game. All right.
I was doing it for the first 2 weeks.
Just be jealous of me. Be jealous of me. Oh yeah, I'm definitely still enjoying the game. I've got so many more fun builds I want to try out. I honestly, I'm making fun of Llama at this point because I watched his video where he was like, I'm going back to D2. And he was like, I tried out lots of characters. I tried out a Ice Shard Sorceress, and I tried out a Firewall Sorceress, and I tried out a Charge Bolt Sorceress, and I tried out a Frost Nova Sorceress, and I tried out a Frozen Orb Sorceress, and I'm like, did you try out a Druid or a Barbarian or a Necromancer or it was, the only class he tried out was Sorceress and like all builds of Sorceress, and I'm like, there's so many more characters, there's so many more builds, there's so many more fun things to do. Like, did you really only try Sorceress? Like, he didn't list anything other than Sorceress. Now, granted, he could have, like, maybe tried something that he didn't list, but he listed all the characters that he played, and they were all Sorceresses, and I'm just like... Like, I want to play...
I got the event shrine.
I want to play all the characters. I want to have fun with everything. Like I want to play the barbarian. I want to play the druid. The druid itself is already like three builds. Like, I already know it's like bare minimum 3 builds. I want to do like a bear. I want to do a wolf, and I want to do a caster. So I've got a really sick idea for like the Thunder God Thor druid. Like, when I say the Thunder God Thor, like imagine in the movie Avengers,
Yeah,
when
lightning storm.
when he
or whatever.
showed up and in like lightning was just raining all around him in circles, and then he like hit the ground and like a big lightning like thunderstroke came out, and then like even more lightning rained down. Like, imagine that. Like, that's what I have imagined in my mind. Just literally like everywhere I go, all the time, just
All that's in my mind is cheeseburgers.
just like you can't even, like, I just walk into a room and you're just like, thunderstruck. I know it sounds stupid, but it's gonna be awesome in my mind. It's already awesome, but you guys will see. It's gonna be like dumb stupid. Basically, it revolves around this passive that the druid has and a bunch of other little passives that the druid have that just, like, apply free lightning, like, every single time you do, like, a specific action. And there's a couple different actions on the list. And I'm basically gonna just like spam every kind of action that they can cause a free lightning strike to come down. And if I do it right, if I build this right, it should just be like literally like hundreds of lightning bolts raining down at all times, which is what I expect.
Yeah, they finally patched the druid drop rate.
Yeah, and I can finally get the uniques now too.
Yeah, exactly. Like I just gave up at one point. I'm like, I literally haven't found a druid unique in like the past 25 uniques that I found. Like I'm all set doing this right now.
I had no issue with the druid. Like I found like maybe 15 unique, and only
The problem-
one was barb.
Only one was Barb?
Yeah.
I found a couple druid uniques, I just didn't find all the ones that I wanted.
I found the same one 3 times, and it wasn't what I needed for the build. And I was like, okay, well this. And then it was just like 3 butchers cleavers and a bar. It was at least 20. Might have been a little bit of a stretch. It might have been like 15 barb items, and I was like, oh well, this is just fantastic. I didn't know I was playing a barb. I had no idea. This is
Yeah,
great.
I got a couple of druid items.
Yeah, now that they fixed it, they said if you take off the barb items, if you take them off, you'll never be able to put them back on.
That's funny.
Asmongold said, what's the point if you can't get the best items? Oh no, you can't, like, purchase your Chaco off of a RMT website, or...
Yeah, I don't get the complaining over a game that's only a couple weeks old.
It's the
Like,
I
it
want it
hasn't
now
even started
mentality.
yet.
7-Eleven mentality, I want it
I
now.
do want it now.
want it now!
So I'm working for it.
Don't get me wrong. I also want it now, but I am not opposed to grinding for it.
It's my
At
schedule. I
all.
need it now.
Here lies Bob. He died.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
right when he found his shotgun.
I wish.
He had a heart attack.
Ugh. Oh, I wish.
His tombstone will be shaped like a
I think I get
shaker.
more excited
You're
over
not wrong.
grandfather's sword.
It'll be green like it too.
I mean, how is it the WoW player mentality? Aren't there raids that are like ridiculously hard to do in WoW that literally like require months of work just to get like one mount? Like, I would assume that WoW players would be used to having one item that's ridiculously hard to get.
Yep, I never got the
There's
invincible
an
rain.
auction house. It doesn't matter.
No, a lot of the raid items, a lot of the really good raid items were bound.
10,000 gold, I'll buy it.
I remember a lot of those really rare items being
If you
bound.
equip 'em.
Yeah, the raid items are normally sold bound. You can't trade them. There are some that weren't, but
I was playing classic hardcore. It's pretty fun.
has anybody made it to like max level in that?
On hardcore, wow.
Yeah, probably.
They're doing full 40 people raids with, max characters and stuff.
I really hope they eventually let us have more than 4 people in a party.
That's not gonna happen.
No.
Yeah,
I got to 45 and then I died.
Oh,
It's
God.
their new model since D3. It's going to be 4 players from now on.
You know that lightning that comes out of the shaman staff really hurts? Did you guys know that?
Yes, it,
Like, I guess I wasn't paying attention, but he used it like right at the right moment, and I was in between him and the monster he was attaching himself to. I didn't realize if you stepped in that lightning, it was really painful.
I didn't know it does damage.
I didn't know it did damage either, but I stood in the middle of it, and all of a sudden I was dead. I didn't even know he was doing it. He just activated it at the wrong time.
why can't I get in the bubble?
I lost enough
It's okay, I got you.
EXP. I lost enough EXP to pay for every character that ever dies, like in Final Fantasy 11. Okay, so I'm good.
I could say the same about my 98 to 99 grinding.
Oh, yeah.
D2R.
Yeah,
I died
I
so many
remember.
times to just lagging. I teleported like past a pack of like maggots in the far oasis, and my game crashed. And I'm like, "Well, they're might enchanted. I'm dead. Cool."
Oh, Final Fantasy 11, you could level down. It was the most painful thing in the world. If you died enough times, your character would just continue to lose EXP until your whole EXP bar was gone, and then you would level down to the next level.
Terrible.
I wanted it to be like that.
And then the worst part is all your gear was level 75, and you down leveled to level 74, and then all of a sudden you weren't wearing anything anymore. You were just naked. And then you had to ask.
Guys, I need a carry. Help
basically,
me.
yeah, basically.
Yo, get me back up real quick.
It was terrible too, because I remember back in Final Fantasy XI, nobody wanted the Paladin as the tank for their group because the ninja, which wasn't a tank, used Utsutsemi to absorb attacks with shadows, and he was a terrible tank, but he could absorb the attacks with the shadows as long as he kept them up. And nobody would invite the damn Paladin to the EXP groups because the ninja killed faster, so it was like having an extra DPS. And so I'd down level in the frickin' raids or whatever, or doing like the god fights. Like I'd down level to 74 and I'd try and get a group to level back up, and nobody would invite me. It's like, ah. And then to make matters worse, they added what was called a merit point system. And basically you could switch your EXP grind from leveling up your EXP bar to leveling up what was called merit points, and the merit points could be used to purchase like special buffs for your character that were permanent. And so if you were grinding the merit point system, you weren't grinding your regular EXP bar. And so then you would constantly be like not having enough EXP because you weren't grinding the right bar. It was the frickin' Dynamis runs that used to get me. The Dynamis runs were insane. They were like 64 to 128 man, I think, or was it just 64? I can't remember. But 64 man raids, like, and you want to talk about insignificant? In a 64 man raid, you like you can't even kill one monster by yourself. Like all the monsters are literally like just well beyond your power to fight. You need like a whole raid just to kill like 1 or 2 monsters. All I could do was tank them. I'm tanking them, guys! Ah, come on, get in there, beat them up!
It's not like the world buff either.
I mean, I was a good tank in Final Fantasy XI. I was a pretty epic paladin.
Oh man, that was gross.
I see you died. I'm right here. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, no, I don't care.
I was literally right there, though.
I don't down level.
I was literally right there, though. Would have been faster. I'm not sure if the monsters that you were fighting came down to beat me up or what, but they just like appeared over there. Hola, hello. Say hello to my little friend.
Yeah, most of them were still over there.
Nope. Final Fantasy XI was one of the best MMOs I've ever played. To this day, I still dream about going back to Final Fantasy XI. But the truth of the matter is it's not the same game anymore. They changed a lot of it. They upgraded the level cap from 75 to 100 or 99 or whatever. They also changed a very large amount of the game so that it was like soloable. Much of the game was required groups to complete content, and it was very fun to be in a group and complete content. There was all sorts of very interesting mechanics, like the weapon skill system, which was probably one of my favorite things about the game. If you never played Final Fantasy XI, let me explain the weapon skill system in a nutshell to you. So every class had weapons that they could utilize, and at certain levels you got access to specific weapon skills. The weapon skills used tactical points, otherwise known as TP. TP for my bunghole. The tactical points were basically something that you generated throughout a fight. Now you could just spam your tactical points, but that was dumb and boring, and you were just wasting them. What you could do is you could combine them together in what were called combos. So if you had 2 or 3 melees in the group, you could combo together 2 or 3 weapon skills into what was called elemental explosions, which were freaking awesome. Like if you had like a fire skill and like a water skill, like you could combine them together and you could form like a freaking steam skill, like explosion or something on the monster. Like it was crazy. But then, not only that, but during the explosion, if the mages cast their spell corresponding to the element that the explosion was, they could get a massive damage bump on whatever their spell was. So you would make these combos for the groups, and it was great. Like, you would be like, okay, what weapon do you have? Like, okay, I got the spear. Be like, what weapon do you have? Okay, I'm using the two-handed axe. And then people would pull up these charts. Like, legit, there were charts of, like, the available weapon skills, like, combos for things. And then they would go and talk to the mages, and they'd be like, all right, Black Mage, what spells do you got? And they'd be like, oh, well, I'm running Tornado. I'd be like, and I got you know, like, freaking Earthquake and, you know, stuff like that. And then we would figure out which weapon skill we wanted to use and which spell we wanted to use, and we would combo it up, and we would just, like, annihilate the monsters. Like, we were like, all right, weapon skill number 1, and then weapon skill number 2, and then a freaking big explosion would happen, and all the mages would just cast their spells on the monster and annihilate them from existence, and it was just amazing. Like, every single time we fought monsters, it was just so much fun to, like, coordinate the attacks and make these awesome weapon skill combos. Loved it. And some of the weapon skills were really cool. Like, you had to make choices, you know, like which one did you want to use? Like which weapon skill did you want to use? Some of them were really high damage, some of them hit multiple times, like some of them had special effects attached to them. It was pretty cool.
Oh, I didn't finish the event and you didn't invite me.
It's all good. No
It's
worries.
fine. It don't matter. These are all about speed runs anyway.
Yeah.
How many levels you got since you joined us, man?
Me?
Yeah.
I picked up 2, 1.5. I didn't look when I came in.
Didn't even pay attention. Pay attention. No, but in general, Final Fantasy XI was pretty amazing. I've been on for 12 and a half hours, nobody knows, okay? I haven't logged off, okay? You can't get on because you haven't been on for 12 and a half hours. Alright, if you no-lifed the game like me, if you no-lifed it, maybe you'd be on. Alright?
Yeah, I already got enough days played. They allowed me to get in quick.
The crafting system in Final Fantasy XI was really cool too. I loved it. Oh, hello, Butcher. What's up, buddy?
I ain't even coming to help you. You don't need it.
He's dead. He's already dead. He's literally already dead. He died like a half a second. That was beautiful. So the crafting system was pretty cool in Final Fantasy XI. It worked like this. So if you wanted to craft an item, let's say you wanted to craft, I don't know, like God Spear, like I don't know, let's make up a name. You would craft it by using a crystal, like and all the ingredients. And if you succeeded, you would of course create the item. If you failed, you would lose all the materials, or some of the materials. Sometimes it was kind of random. Sometimes it would destroy and lose all the materials, and sometimes it would lose some of them. However, if you succeeded with a crit, you would get a +1. If you succeeded with a crit +2, you would get an amazing item which had extra effects on it. It was a +2 of that item, and it also had like additional bonuses. +2 items were exceedingly rare, like to the point of absurdity. And so, like, as a crafter, I was a bone crafter. That was my my craft in that particular game, which basically was like, you know, like animal bones, you know, like dragon bones, like dragon scales, all sorts of stuff. I had all sorts of cool things I could craft. But eventually, I did actually craft like a really highly valuable like +2 item. And it wasn't my materials, though. It was somebody else, because as a crafter, as a really high-level crafter, you start to garner, like, your namesake, so to speak, and people come to you and try to get you to craft things, because it's very difficult to get to level 100 crafting in that game. And I was like, look, if it crits and it goes +2, I was like, we're selling it and we're splitting the money. And bam, damned if that thing didn't crit. And we sold it and split the money, too.
Yeah, I was
It was
real young when Final Fantasy XI came out. I didn't play it too much, but I played a little bit.
Oh, I loved it. There was a chase upgrade that you can get in the game through the Dynamis. They were basically like god tier weapons like Excalibur and freaking Gungear and stuff. But like it took like a really long time to ever like actually get them. You had to slowly progress upgrading them, like gathering currency, like blah blah blah, and eventually you could manage to upgrade the weapon into, you know, like Excalibur itself. But it took like a really long time to get it done. Most people never achieved it. But the effects on them were like just ridiculous. Like Excalibur had an effect on it because it was made for tanks. That literally just gave you more damage depending on how high your HP was. So the higher your HP was, the more damage you got. Like, it was insane for tanks, because, of course, you know, that's one of the things that tanks usually do get is HP, so they can absorb big, giant attacks, because you need, like, almost like a minimum, like, of HP. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to absorb the boss's attack. And so, like, it just instantly gives the tank, like, freaking godlike damage. How much money did I make off of it? I want to say it was like 20 million gil or something like that, which was a lot at the particular time. I can't remember exactly, but I think you can pull it up on the old FFXI Final Fantasy XI auction house website. It's a Hades Santi. Hades Santi, I think, is what it was. Pretty sure my name was tied to it. Which is not Ginger Gaming Mentor, obviously. I had this friend on there. He was Japanese. He ain't speaking like English, but there was an auto-translate program in that game. And you could just like put in like simple messages like hi, you go there. And none of it ever really worked out right, but like it was funny.
You want an event?
Almost done here.
Oh, did we miss something? Hold on. Oh, no, we didn't. Okay, never mind.
And I'm pretty sure he thought I was a girl at the time because I was playing a girl character. Dude, this boy always had like 6 or 7 girls around him, like on a regular basis. Anyway, we became like the best of friends, and he always used to make fun of me for having a girl character, like always. It was like the first thing he would say whenever he introduced me to one of his other friends. He'd be like, "Why not? He's a guy. He's not a girl." like just stupid, just absolutely stupid. Like, he had to tell everybody as soon as as he introduced me to them. But I was such a good freaking paladin on that game. Like, literally, I didn't even need communication to play my character because I knew how to play my character. I was like freaking a professional at that game. And I got invited to all the Japanese raids, and that was really fun. For a long time, I was literally like in the Japanese raids with Japanese players. Not a dang one of them spoke English. None of them. And they would just be like, "Why, Doc, you go here." And I'd be like, "Okay." Like, "You tank." I'd be like, "Okay." And I would just go tank, and that was it. And I would just do my job. And I ended up learning some really cool techniques from them too, which was really cool. Like in one of the dungeons, there were these two dragons that was attached to a big giant eyeball called a Ahriman. And the Ahriman like basically used the dragons to just absolutely rape. And I mean that in the strictest sense. Raids, like, you could not kill them. They were like next to impossible to kill. I mean, I've seen it done since, but like it's really difficult. And so what the Japanese players were doing was they were actually they had this really cool way that they were pulling the eyeball, which caused the dragons to chase the person that pulled the eyeball. But then another second tank would just like barely tap the eyeball and cause the eyeball to stop moving, while the first tank that pulled the eyeball would run for their lives back to the entrance of the dungeon with the two dragons in tow, because you know the person like dared touch the eyeball. And the dragons, like, they just had the most insane abilities. Like, they could petrify you, just completely petrify you like stone, and you just couldn't even fight back. They'd curse you and take away 90% of your HP. Like, it was just stupid. So you basically just ran all the way back to the beginning of the dungeon, and then you died. And then as soon as you died, the dragons would run. I mean, they would beeline back for the raid. And then it was a DPS race for basically the raid to kill the Ahriman eyeball before the dragons got back. And then as soon as you killed the dragon or the eyeball, it was pretty much just everybody hop out of the dungeon quickly before the dragons come back and murder us all.
With imprinting an aspect, if it shows 40% on a two-hand, is that...
Two-hand is double.
So
amulet is 1.5, and
yeah, but if
ring...
it shows 40%, is that just 40%, or then do you add the two-handed bit onto that?
If it's if it's 40% on a ring, then you multiply it by 2. If it's 40% on a two-hander, then it's 40%.
Okay.
What is the aspect on? Is it on a two-hander or is it on a regular item?
It's on a two-hander.
Then that's what it is. That's the maximum.
I just wasn't sure whether it showed it or not.
Yeah, the display number is always good and updated. Like
it's already modified to whatever it is.
Yeah.
Exactly. The lucky hit chance as well on the spell, if you have lucky hit chance on your gear, it will be automatically updated.
That's everything. You gotta be able to like sniff 100 right now, Ginger, right?
Oh yeah, it's like I mean it's not like there, but it's close.
What's the number of XP that you need?
Hold on, let's just left. Whew. My freaking eyes are hurting now, I'll tell you what.
Same.
I'm at 21,257,000. So basically 1 million. Or less than 1 million.
Oh, then you're like 1.5 runs away. You should be getting like between 650 and 725k a run.
But the monster are 95. It doesn't have like a 30% penalty or something like that.
I did this grind already.
Oh, okay.
No, there's no penalty if the monsters are lower than you, I don't think. It's a bonus if they're above your level, but I mean, they are level 95, but they're still white.
Is there an enemy that don't scale?
Yeah, there's tons of enemies that don't scale. Sigils don't scale. You gotta go to the sigil number that you want to go to. That's one thing right there. The world bosses don't scale. They seem to be level, what, 90? Every time I go, they're level 90.
95.
95.
The open world. Yeah, 95.
No, I was just wondering, like, if the monster is slower than you, it's like blue or something like that. I don't know what color it should be.
I had to go into a low-level dungeon and check. Almost level 100. Do 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 do. Oh, did you see my inventory tension video, Bob?
No.
We did a whole thing. We were all talking about the inventory and how bad it is, and like just how we just don't have enough space.
Yeah, it's absolutely
And
terrible.
I was like, you know what? Let's do a video and let's talk about this. Like, and I'll just post the video. Like, everybody can just talk, you know, but they give their input, and we'll just. So we did like I think I did like a 19-minute video or something, and we all just talked about inventory tension.
Do you have that linked or pinned in Discord?
I can't. I think I did put it in the announcements. I think.
Okay, I'll definitely go take a look at that.
But it's like, you know, we had
I'm always intrigued by videos like that.
Yeah, that's what I have.
Conversation topics.
yeah, inventory tension. We need more space. That's what it's called.
More character slots and more space. That's always the issue that they don't give us.
Oh,
I
so
honestly don't even really care too much about the character slots at this point. But the inventory space is absolutely atrocious.
well, that's one of the things that we were actually calculating is that like take Diablo 2 for instance. You have 20 possible character slots, or 25 after they upgraded it, right? There's one personal stash tab per character, which is 25 personal stash tabs, and then 3 shared stash tabs, which is 28 stash tabs total. At this particular time, there is no personal stash tab in Diablo 4. So we have 4 shared stash tabs, and that's it.
That are all smaller than what was in Diablo 2.
Yeah, we have 4 shared stash tabs, and that is it. 4 versus 28. Like it's insane. It boggles the mind. I don't know who thought that was a good idea. Reminds me of the old days when the USE server used to go down and we couldn't play because the USC server was down smoking, and then we would go play on the US West server or like the Asia server, and we all be like level 1 noobs. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
When that happened, I used to go in. I'd go in Iron Man, hardcore Iron Man to level 15. It was always fun. Every time the server would go down, I'd be like, "Yo, who's trying to go do some Iron Man? Servers are down. Might as well go have some fun."
Old days.
We used to be rich, but now we're on the Asian server. Now we are.
I used to like going on OpenBNet and just seeing how crazy
Chris
the items
tried.
were.
How do you
Chris
donate,
shouts.
Hobo Joe? You can use the link. You can use the link. I got a link. Where's my link at? It's here somewhere. Yeah, there it is.
I have 20k torn.
You got 20k porn? Dang, that's a lot of porn, man.
Man, those are
crap.
rookie numbers.
That's
What are you
crazy.
talking about?
That is crazy. That is
Rookie numbers.
crazy.
I'm honestly surprised you didn't level in this dungeon.
I mean, I'm still killing stuff.
Same. And he's got an event
I
on him.
need 400k, I think.
It's weird you're getting less experience than I was.
I got a potion up. Not that they seem to be lasting 30 minutes. I swear they're lasting less than 30 minutes.
I think I'm at like 12 Artisan Curious. This is 2.
Oh yeah, you got 12 Blood Artisan Curiouses too?
So sick of seeing them.
You don't want another one? Because we'll give you another one. Because
Here,
we got
have another.
a whole box full.
I want that super rare scythe that does the corpse explosions.
To be fair, you can't give it to him, but you can hold it up in front of his face.
Here, I can link it
Hey,
for
look
you.
what I got, guy.
Do you want to see the link?
It's
You
funny.
could just PM him like once an hour with a new one that you found.
It's funny. I went to a school a long time ago called computertraining.com where they got you like your Microsoft certifications and stuff like that. And one day this guy comes out and he's like, we got all these shirts that we can't give away. Like, he goes, do you guys want them? And it's like a whole box full of like computertraining.com shirts, like t-shirts. And I took like a whole box home and I had like free t-shirts forever. Got my Blood Artisan Curiouses. Like,
Who wouldn't take them?
I
You
used them
could
for
use-
everything. Like, I literally
Yeah.
used them and abused them until they were all gone. And then like, once
Like
they
if
were...
you got a paint
yeah,
or
exactly.
whatever, you know, DIY or
anything
anything.
that I could use them for, they got torn up. They got abused and like holes in them and paint all over them and everything. But like I had like 100 of the damn things.
I did the same.
They're all they're all gone now though. Like they all wore out to nothing. I literally used them for every bad purpose you could ever. I think I remember even cut them up and used some of them for rags.
Yeah, I used to, like, if you've got like a painting shirt, eventually when it gets too bad, you like just cut it up and use it as a polish rag or something, because it doesn't matter. Hello, kitty cat.
Gasp for air. Okay, I killed the bear. Oh no.
This one should be the dungeon for you.
Here comes Benny back with his bear. You still got the shovel, though. That's the question. Because if you lost that, you're banned.
Why would he have a shovel?
I gave it to him.
You gave him a shovel.
I gave him a shovel.
It's weird. Why would you
Never
give a
used a
bear a
shovel.
shovel?
No, I gave him a shovel. He killed the bear with the shovel.
Poor bear. At least
Yeah,
he can
yeah.
dig a hole afterwards to put the bear in.
Oh no, he found the bear in a hole. That's where he found the bear. He was digging a hole and the bear was in the hole.
It's just getting weird.
I remember the whole story. Like, I'm still not helping you though, Benny. I hate to tell you this. I gave you a shovel. That's all you get. Dig yourself a well. How about that? Boom! Level 100.
Oh,
Ooh, nice.
Right.
Level
Congrats,
100.
man.
0 of 0 EXP.
Well done, Phil.
Now you get nothing. Now I can go and level up other characters.
And then suddenly tomorrow, we are now implementing level 200.
No.
You
Oh
crap.
no. Oh, no. If they did that and didn't implement or go back to the crazy XP farming that was Morganworks, I would stop playing. That's just.
I still got a feeling they're gonna up the level one day. Like, it could be years, but I think eventually they will.
No, they'll before they do that, they'll implement some sort of additional Paragon system.
Oh yeah, there'll be like a new act and other stuff. But I'm hoping it just stays at 100, to be honest. Really, I wish it was 99. I wish it was 99, just for the... They should have done that just for the D2 meme.
99. 99 red balloons, what?
Would have just been nice as a
Pick
max
up all
level.
this gold, and then I am out of here and going to get some sleep.
Yeah, I'm off to bed. It's now 8:30 in the morning.
Level 100.
What character are you playing next then?
Are you gonna re-go through your Paragon board possibly now?
I do need to, but I don't know if I want to do it right now. I'm too tired. I'll probably make mistakes.
Oh yeah, I wasn't talking about doing it right now after your 12.5-hour stream of non-stop level grinding. I also wouldn't do it. Oh, we got an event over here. Might as well complete it.
I found like 3 temerities today. It's stupid.
I would have liked to find 3 Shakos today.
What do I got in my chest over here? Is a Shako in here for me? No. No. The legendary chair over here by the stash, though, that I keep clicking on, is kicking my butt.
A legendary chair?
Yeah, the chair
One
is
of the
right next
devs
to the
put that
stash.
chair
the damn
there.
stool. Yeah, I keep having
Oh
that
my
happen.
god, that chair.
I keep clicking it by accident.
It's a
They did it on
legendary
purpose.
chair. It is
I
a,
think they did that on purpose.
it is
just
a
to annoy the hell out of us.
legendary chair. And they're like, where can we place a chair that'll just make it the most obnoxious chair
Yeah,
that
right
ever
where you
existed?
click.
Right next to a stash tab, right next to a quest giver or receiver. It's like
Yep.
perfect.
Perfect, right there.
It's the same as like when
right
you
there.
drop an item that you
That's
don't
the
want,
spot.
and then you end up picking it up again.
Right
Alright.
there.
I gotta go back to
Right.
town.
I'm just surprised they don't have a stat for it. Like in their big sheet with the how many butcher kill and stuff like that. How many times the player sit on the stool.
Alright, I don't need
That'd be
three.
great.
I don't need 3 temerities, so I guess I need to figure out which one of these is better. They're like all level 98. I found 1 at 96 and 2 at 99. I need to just like see which one's the best one and sell the others. So a 76% barrier, a 60% barrier, and a 44% barrier. I think the 76% barrier wins. The other stats on it are all stats. It's got pretty good all stats. Don't care about the potion drop rate. Life's pretty good on that one. Meh. Roll on the healing received, but whatever.
I thank you.
Alright, guys. I'll see you tomorrow, or maybe. I don't know. I might take the day off and hang out with my girl. We'll see what happens.
I'm off to bed.
Yeah,
See
man,
you
do
all
whatever
later.
you gotta do.
Ah,
But I'm glad I was here to see you hit 100.
Yeah, 100, see? Alright, guys and gals, it's been fun. It's been 13 hours, so I did record the last bit of this that won't get VOD'd, so maybe I'll upload it later. As always, thanks for watching, and